Was Martin Luther King Jr. a Christian pastor or a politician or a black activist? Like all three, no?
Okay, you say all three? You say black activist?
I say all three.
Yeah.
You say all three?
Yeah, I say all three.
All three? Okay, so let's take politician. Why would you think he was a politician? He was very political. I don't know if you ever saw films with him with the president, JFK, and Lyndon B. Johnson. And so he was more like, when you hear him talk, he's more political than anything. All right, what about a politician? Why would you think he was a politician?
No, I'm actually kind of thinking about it. I don't really know for a politician.
Okay, so I was gonna say maybe was he a politician or did he just associate with a lot of politicians?
Martin Luther King Jr., who they called the moral leader of America, turned the spiritual battlefield into a political one. Because to understand the civil rights movement, we must see not just the marches in the streets, but the behind-the-scenes manipulative maneuverings of a sinister conglomerate in the biblical gospel that they replace with a Marxist one.
I myself would say informally he was a politician.
Okay, yeah.
Because you see him with the presidents and other, political figures, and he was always giving speeches, politicizing everything.
Right.
So you can say he was. I would say he was a politician.
Okay, yeah.
You know, he's not an elected figure, but definitely had political views and spoke about those.
Christian pastor. Why would you say that Martin Luther King Jr. was a Christian pastor?
Wasn't he a pastor at a church?
Why would you say that though? How do you know? What gives you the impression that he was? Where'd you get your information from?
I just remember in school, I think.
Okay.
I think, school. Yeah.
Okay. Anything? Who else? Is that Christian pastor? You said Christian pastor?
Sorry, I'm thinking.
Okay. Why would you say that he was?
Honestly, he just he gives preacher vibes, so that's what.
Okay. You get preacher vibes?
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Younger? Because you said Christian pastor too, right?
Yeah. I guess. Well, I think I feel like I remember learning about him being a pastor, at least growing up in the church.
Okay.
And then I also would say the biggest things that he stood for and used were, I would say, came from Christianity.
The doctrine on which the Easter faith rests symbolizes the ultimate Christian conviction that Christ conquered death.
He rejected the deity of Christ. He rejected the resurrection of Christ. He rejected the virgin birth. He rejected a literal hell.
From a literary, historical, and philosophical point of view, this doctrine raises many questions. In fact, the external evidence for the authenticity of this doctrine is found wanting. King's Papers.
So why would you say black activists? Where you get that from?
Because he actually went out and tried to make a change. He made his voice known.
A change for who?
Everybody, for black people as well. He wanted colored black people and white people to come along and all be one.
What about black activists? Why would you think that?
Oh, he's definitely an activist, or always,
And now the title is black activist. Why would it be black activist? Why would you say that?
Well, I would consider him black and an activist, primarily for civil rights.
During the civil rights.
Civil rights movement, yeah.
And then also in front of Abraham Lincoln's memorial, where he gave his speech to all the people. So that's what I think.
I have a dream.
Yeah, that one.
We know that, right? Everybody knows that one.
We all have a dream.
So who did he speak for? Would you say?
I would say he's mostly speaking for black people, but I think he's...
Hence black activist.
Yeah.
Because it's not like you're a black activist because of your colors, because of your stance or your position on specific things.
Right. Or, what you're trying to espouse. But I feel like he was speaking as much to all other colors as he was black people.
But as far as being an activist, it's would you say he spoke for black people, for the black community?
I would agree, yeah.
Okay.
In our struggle for racial justice, we can't ever give up. We must work passionately and unrelentingly for first-class citizenship. I'm must say this morning that racial injustice is still the black man's burden and the white man's shame. It is an unhappy truth that racism is a way of life for the vast majority of white Americans. And yet this is the very thing that our nation did to the black man. It simply said, you're free, and it left him there penniless, illiterate, not knowing what to do. And the irony of it all is that at the same time that the nation failed to do anything for the black man,
Negro got to rise up and say from the bottom of his soul, I am somebody. I'm black, but I'm black and beautiful. This is what we got to say.
What are they saying when they call themselves a black activist, like BLM, Black Lives Matter? What are they actually saying? Do you know? Do you have an idea?
I think the BLM movement's a little different than the civil rights movement.
Okay.
Because the civil rights movement, there was a lot of injustice going on back then compared to now, I think.
Why would you think he was a black activist? I guess maybe for the same reason.
Wasn't he one of the, how do you say it, like the top people who led these marches?
The protests?
The protests and stuff like that. Obviously they weren't like trying to do bad things, they were just making their voices known at the time.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Why would you say he was a black activist?
I mean,
learning about the civil rights movement, it's like he's very big on that and just how the time was. He definitely was leading.
So are you saying that the civil rights movement was about black activism?
A lot of it.
Can y'all think of anything that stood out for you where you would say that he really did that was helpful to our society? He gave us fountains that we could drink from together, and you say he brought blacks and whites together better.
Yes, and I love a good white person. Depends.
What about you, lady? What about you?
I think he just gave hope for that to happen.
He gave hope for it to happen. Yeah. Okay, so he gave hope.
I think he showed how it's possible to make a change without like violence and stuff.
Okay.
It's like really important.
So he did the whole non-violence protesting.
Yeah, because I think especially in this day and age, a lot of the world just thinks it's like fight, and like, violence, obviously. But yeah.
Okay. Anything that comes to your mind that he did that you would say?
Literally everything what they said.
Okay.
In light of MLK's rejection of the fundamental tenets of Christianity, along with his simultaneous echoing of agitative rhetoric, which spoke of a struggle that he himself did not experience, it becomes clear that his entry into the ministry was a political move and not a genuine one.
He wanted to impact social culture, and as a result thought that the best way to do that for him would be through the lens of a pastor, minister, and in a pulpit.
Interestingly enough, I didn't start out with an interest to enter the ministry. At first, after finishing high school, I was interested in going into law.
It's clear from his college papers that he was, at the very least, being groomed to become a pastor who would help further the Marxist cause, even though initially King did not want to be a pastor.
Okay. Is there anything that you know about him that was not good for us?
Yes. Oh, not good for us?
Yeah, it wasn't good for our society.
Oh. Well, didn't he cheat on his wife? We don't like cheaters.
He did that. He was an adulteress. He was an adulteress.
Not good.
Do you think that him being adulterous hurts our society?
Yes, because people get cheated on. Like, that's evil.
If men who are cheaters, well, also by the woman at that time, because I feel like women also didn't have that many rights back then, I wouldn't take a man who's a cheater that much serious, you know what I mean? So it could get 50-50. Obviously, he did do a lot for our society and stood for a good thing, but I don't know, like,
you think that should give him a pass because he did good things? You think?
No, I don't think anyone should get a pass at all, but I just think that, like, that's, I don't know.
What about you? Anything that he did that was bad for our society?
Nothing that I know of.
Okay. What about you? Anything you know of?
I thought of the same thing, like the cheating thing. I mean, that's all that came to mind for me. I feel like, not just the act itself, but like the way that it can be used like to like excuse other people
Mm-hmm.
and like say like like just like if you do something good it's fine, or like you shouldn't be held accountable just because you like did good stuff.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right. Like you should be held accountable for what your bad actions as well as the good things, right?